Good morning, Dallas. Moms, dads, student athletes. If you have a question about NIL, name, image, and likeness, you're gonna wanna turn this up right now. I've got the leading expert on the matter here with me on the show. I wanna introduce Ryan Rogers, Ryan A. Rogers, Esquire, and name, image, likeness, that's the conversation that's happening across kitchen tables this morning.
Ryan Rogers, the NIL attorney, is going to be coaching us today on the playbook to become the MVP of your life.
Three things that student athletes really need to understand about NIL are they need to understand media, the purpose for media, they need to understand entrepreneurship, and they also need to understand content.
2% of all collegiate athletes, and we're talking about over 500,000 participating student athletes in the NCAA, less than 2% make it to the pros. So for the nearly 15% of first gens student athletes in Division I who may be thinking that, I'm gonna go pro, the odds are not in your favor. And for the over 20% of second of Division II student athletes who are first gens, they need to again start to consider options that are beyond their playing time. So name, image, and likeness and personal brand enterprise building is really important. So becoming an entrepreneur and using this time and the platform they have as a student athlete to leverage their name, image, and likeness is going to be really important to the student athlete.
Name, image, and likeness is about you, your story, your unique journey. It's about capitalizing on being you.
My upbringing it's amazing. Tupac said, when I was growing up rough, that wasn't even what you called it, but that's why I smoke and I run with alcoholics. My dad had 3 other children by 2 other women, and my mom had me at 19, and she's the oldest of 9 children. And by the time my mother was 21, both her parents were murdered 6 months apart. My grandmother was murdered in the house. 6 months later, my grandfather was murdered. I have a sister who was murdered, who was 7 months pregnant when she was murdered. She's 21 years old. She had 4 kids at the time. One of those children was also murdered. Father died of a heroin overdose. My name is Ryan A. Rogers. A stands for Allen. Father's Allen. The reason why I went to law school is because when I was a kid, my dad always said, when you grow up, you're gonna be a lawyer, boy.
On top of all that, I graduate from law school. 3 months later, I moved to Africa. Five weeks after moving to Africa, I get an email. I'm pregnant and I'm keeping the baby. That's a lot. That's a lot, I know. But what I want you to understand is, it's not what happens to you in life, it's how you respond to it. A friend is always loyal, but a brother is born for adversity. I think what's most important for student athletes and creators to understand that you are the CEO of your own personal brand enterprise, Me LLC.
I'm here with Ryan Rogers, your NIL attorney. And I'm curious, why do student athletes need someone like you?
Well, they say genius does what it must and talent does what it can. Likewise, talent hits a target no one else can hit. And genius hits a target no one else can see. So you need an attorney so that you can hit the target that no one else can see.
But then when is it time to get lawyered up?
The perfect time to lawyer up is before you need one.
Most people think that you need an attorney when you get in trouble. Well, this is not litigation. What an attorney can do is an attorney can structure a strategy to help you to avoid liabilities. And what liabilities are, let's call them headaches. You want to avoid headaches. When clients come to me, normally I just ask them, I say, well, what's your wish list? What do you want to do? And they tell me what they want to do. And then I tell them, okay, well, here are a few options. These are things that are possible. So I think that know better, you do better. So you need an attorney so that you can know better and do better.